How to talk about liars and lying. Teaser preview. What kind of liar are you if you have developed a reputation for falsehood, are particularly skillful, cannot be reformed, have become habituated to your vice, started to lie from the moment of your birth, always lie, cannot distinguish fact from fancy, suffer no pangs of conscience, are suspiciously smooth and fluent in your lying, tell vicious lies. Session 14. It was the famous Greek philosopher and cynic Diogenes who went around the streets of Athens, lantern in hand, looking for an honest person. This was over 2,000 years ago, but I presume that Diogenes would have as little success in his search today. Lying seems to be an integral weakness of mortal character. I doubt that few human beings would be so brash as to claim that they have never in their lives told at least a partial untruth. Indeed, one philologist goes so far as to theorize that language must have been invented for the sole purpose of deception. Perhaps so. It is certainly true that animals seem somewhat more honest than humans, maybe because they are less gifted mentally. Why do people lie? To increase their sense of importance, to escape punishment, to gain an end that would otherwise be denied them, out of long-standing habit, or sometimes because they actually do not know the difference between fact and fancy. These are the common reasons for falsification. No doubt there are other, fairly unique motives that impel people to distort the truth. And to come right down to it, can we always be certain what is true and what is false? If lying is a prevalent and all too human phenomenon, there would of course be a number of interesting words to describe different types of liars. Let us pretend not to get personal, but only to help you become personally involved in the ideas and words that you are a liar. The question is, what kind of liar are you? Ideas. 1. You don't fool even some of the people. Everybody knows your propensity for avoiding facts. You have built so solid and unsavory a reputation that only a stranger is likely to be misled, and then not for long. A notorious liar. 2. To the highest summits of artistry, your ability is top drawer. Rarely does anyone lie as convincingly or as artistically as you do. Your skill has, in short, reached the zenith of perfection. Indeed, your mastery of the art is so great that your lying is almost always crowned with success, and you have no trouble seducing an unwary listener into believing that you are telling gospel truth. A consummate liar. 3. Beyond redemption or salvation, you are impervious to correction. Often, as you may be caught in your fabrications, there is no reforming you. You go right on lying, despite the punishment, embarrassment, or unhappiness that your distortions of truth may bring upon you. An incorrigible liar. 4. Too old to learn new tricks. You are the victim of firmly fixed and deep-rooted habits. Telling untruths is as frequent and customary an activity as brushing your teeth in the morning, or having toast and coffee for breakfast, or lighting up a cigarette after dinner, if you are a smoker, and almost as reflexive. An inveterate liar. 5. An early start. You have such a long history of persistent falsification that one can only suspect that your vice started when you were reposing in your mother's womb. In other words, and allowing for a great deal of exaggeration for effect, you have been lying from the moment of your birth. A congenital liar. 6. No let-up. You never stop lying. While normal people lie on occasion, and often for special reasons, you lie continually, not occasionally or even frequently, but over and over. A chronic liar. 7. A strange disease. You are not concerned with the difference between truth and falsehood. You do not bother to distinguish fact from fantasy. In fact, your lying is a disease that no antibiotic can cure. A pathological liar. 8. No regrets. You are completely without a conscience. No matter what misery your fabrications may cause your innocent victims, you never feel the slightest twinge of guilt. Totally unscrupulous, you are a dangerous person to get mixed up with. An unconscionable liar. 9. Smooth. Possessed of a lively imagination and a ready tongue, you can distort facts as smoothly and as effortlessly as you can say your name, but you do not always get away with your lies. Ironically enough, it is your very smoothness that makes you suspect. Your answers are too quick to be true. Even if we can't immediately catch you in your lies, we have learned from unhappy past experience not to suspend our critical faculties when you are talking. We admire your nimble wit, but we listen with a skeptical ear. A glib liar. 10. Outstanding. Lies, after all, are bad. They are frequently injurious to other people and may have a particularly dangerous effect on you as a liar. At best, if you are caught, you suffer some embarrassment. At worst, if you succeed in your deception, your character becomes warped and your sense of values suffers. Almost all lies are harmful. Some are no less than vicious. If you are one type of liar, all your lies are vicious, calculatedly, predeterminedly, coldly, and advisedly vicious. In short, your lies are so outstandingly hurtful that people gasp in amazement and disgust at hearing them. An egregious liar. In this chapter, the 10 basic words revolve rather closely around a central core. Each one, however, has a distinct, a unique meaning, a special implication. Note the differences. Type of liar, special implication. 1. Notorious, famous or infamous for lying. Tendency to falsify is well known. 2. Consummate, great skill. 3. Incorrigible, too far gone to be reformed, impervious to rehabilitation. 4. Inveterate, lying has become a deep-rooted habit. 5. Congenital, lying had very early beginnings as if from birth. 6. Chronic, over and over. 7. Pathological, an irresistible compulsion to lie, often for no rational reason. Lying is a disease. 8. Unconscionable, lack of regret or remorse. 9. Glib, great smoothness. 10. Egregious, viciousness of the lies. These 10 expressive adjectives, needless to say, are not restricted to lying or liars. Note their general meanings. 1. Notorious, well known for some bad quality, a notorious philanderer. 2. Consummate, perfect, highly skilled, consummate artistry at the keyboard. 3. Incorrigible, beyond reform, an incorrigible optimist. 4. Inveterate, long accustomed, deeply habituated, an inveterate smoker. This adjective, like notorious, usually has an unfavorable connotation. 5. Congenital, happening at or during birth, a congenital deformity. 6. Chronic. Going on for a long time or occurring again and again. Chronic appendicitis. 7. Pathological. Diseased. A pathological condition. 8. Unconscionable. Without pangs of conscience, unconscionable cruelty to children. 9. Glib. Smooth, suspiciously fluent. A glib witness. 10. Egregious. Outstandingly bad or vicious. An egregious error. With the exception of consummate and congenital, all 10 adjectives have strongly derogatory implications and are generally used to describe people, characteristics, or conditions we disapprove of. Using the words, can you pronounce the words? 1. Notorious. 2. Consummate. 3. Incorrigible. 4. Inveterate. 5. Congenital. 6. Chronic. 7. Pathological. 8. Unconscionable. 9. Glib. 10. Egregious. Can you work with the words? A. Beyond reform. B. Continuing over a long period of time, recurring. C. Diseased. D. From long-standing habit. E. Suspiciously smooth. F. Without conscience or scruples. G. Outstandingly bad or vicious. H. Unfavorably known. 1. From birth. J. Finished, perfect, artistic. Do you understand the words? 1. Do people become notorious for good acts? Yes or no? 2. Is Beethoven considered a consummate musical genius? Yes or no? 3. If a criminal is truly incorrigible, is there any point in attempting rehabilitation? Yes or no? 4. Does an inveterate smoker smoke only occasionally? Yes or no? 5. Is a congenital deformity one that occurs late in life? Yes or no? 6. Is a chronic invalid ill much of the time? Yes or no? 7. Is a pathological condition normal and healthy? Yes or no? 8. If a person commits an unconscionable act of cruelty, is there any regret, remorse, or guilt? Yes or no? 9. Is a glib talker awkward and hesitant in speech? Yes or no? 10. Is an egregious error very bad? Yes or no? Can you recall the words? 1. Outstandingly vicious, so bad as to be in a class by itself. 2. Starting at birth. 3. Happening over and over again, continuing for a long time. 4. Widely and unfavorably known, as for antisocial acts, character weaknesses, immoral or unethical behavior, etc. 5. Beyond correction. 6. Smooth and persuasive, unusually, almost suspiciously fluent. 7. Long addicted to a habit. 8. Perfect in the practice of an art, extremely skillful. 9. Unscrupulous, entirely without conscience. 10. Diseased. Can you use the words? As a result of the tests you are taking, you are becoming more and more familiar with these 10 valuable and expressive words. Now, as a further check on your learning, write the word that best fits each blank. 1. This person has gambled day in and day out. For as long as anyone can remember, gambling has become a deep-rooted habit. 1. And blank gambler. 2. Born with a clubfoot. 2. A blank deformity. 3. Someone known the world over for criminal acts. 3. A blank criminal. 4. An invading army kills, maims, and tortures without mercy, compunction, or regret. 4. Blank acts of cruelty. 5. The suspect answers the detective's questions easily, fluently, almost too smoothly. 5. Blank responses. 6. A person reaches the acme of perfection as an actress or actor. 6. A blank performer. 7. No one can change someone's absurdly romantic attitude toward life. 7. And blank romantic. 8. A mistake so bad that it defies description. 8. And blank blunder. 9. Drunk almost all the time, again and again and again. Periods of sobriety are few and very, very far between. 9. A blank alcoholic. 10. Doctors find a persistent, dangerous infection in the bladder. 10. A blank condition. End of Session 14.